Hello everyone and welcome to my latest preview of New Japan Pro Wrestling, as it is the Best Super Junior and World Tag League coming up, as we'll go through the Best Super Junior first. And for the first time, literally since the first ever Best Super Junior, so 28 Best Super Juniors have happened, and it's now for the first time since the start. No new entrants. No debuts, it's just everybody who was in last year's is in this year's, which is, again, you try to be like, well, we could have done this and that and had new people. COVID still, is very rampant, and I wouldn't say very rampant, but still, it is a factor, and, if you would be having to pull someone in, they would have had to do it weeks ago. Obviously, you have to quarantine for, I believe, 10 days when you're going from country to country. Could be wrong, might be 14. It's either 10 to 14. Either way, that's a long time to be kind of sitting there waiting for New Japan. So again, they are opting to not bring anybody in, and it's just crazy to think about that. Really, no new entrants, and I think that definitely spoils this Best Super Junior as far as like excitement. Because, how can you be excited when there's no new people? It's just, really the only thing that's new is, Sho is not a part of Roppongi 3K. That's new. Him not being a part of Roppongi 3K and being a part of House of Torture. But there is, as far as, highlights, as far as any of these people. Ryusuke Taguchi is at 16 consecutive Best Super Juniors. If he's in next year's Best Super Junior, he'll tie Liger's streak of 17 straight, which is the record, which would be pretty awesome, and it's pretty crazy. He's got a chance to really break it, I think, because, he could probably be in 2023's Best Super Junior. He'd be in the 30th one. That'd be fun. That'd probably be his final one by that rate, but still, that's a crazy feat. Technically, he's been in, this is his 18th one, but he, when he was his first year, then obviously he went on excursion the second year. But that's just kind of crazy that this is his 18th entrant, which is just nuts. So he's already broken, as far as Jushin Thunder Liger's record, as far as being in Best Super Juniors. But it's just for consecutively. Again, that is very crazy, because, he never withdrew from anything. He never got injured, which, again, that's another very much a feat. I think it just kind of shows you his style, too, because his style is very safe. But during his prime, really, in the early 2010s, he was a awesome competitor. Had some great matches. As far as who do I think is going to win this thing, I guess we will run down through the names. If that'd probably be a lot easier for everyone. So, Ryusuke Taguchi, since we already talked about him. Sho, Master Wato, Robbie Eagles, Yo, Bushi, Yoshida Kanemaru, Doki, El Phantasmo, Taiji Shimori, Hiromu Takahashi, and the champion El Desperado. As, Despy getting the belt back, beating Robbie Eagles. Power struggle, which that was a really good match. Him going in as the champion could be very interesting, as far as what they're going to do with him. Obviously, he's been someone, as of late, has done really well. He hasn't won a Best Super Junior yet, so he could be someone that I could see getting a win there. As, really, if I had to, narrow down, I wouldn't say odds-on favorite, more of, who I would like to see get the win. Despy would probably be one, just for what he's done for the junior division, and I think that would definitely be a great thing to see the champion win a Best Super Junior. That would be great. I would have Robbie Eagles, probably be my second choice. Robbie Eagles has been incredible this run so far, and this has really been the year for Robbie Eagles, really reached that level that I always thought he could in New Japan. It just sucks that it's a different state of New Japan and not a so hot state that it was a couple of years back when he first started with New Japan. But, he's done very well for himself. Him winning a Best Super Junior would be really awesome, and I think that could definitely catapult him into having a Wrestle Kingdom match, and he would kill it. So that'd be another guy I would love to see. Probably my third choice would be Sho. Obviously someone that I thought had a great chance of winning last year before switching and before turning on Yo. And now that he's the first time he's in the Best Super Junior as a singles participant, that will be a great chance for him to elevate him up into the main event slot. Oh, I wouldn't say a main event slot. Would elevate him into a championship level contender for New Japan. And, he's been awesome as far as in years past. It's going to be interesting, though, because his style's definitely changed a little bit. I think he can still go, obviously, bell to bell, and he is someone that is very talented. Really, the problem is just House of Torture pretty much stinks. And, it shouldn't. It's literally, there's so many stables that are in New Japan right now that have gone on for 10 plus years now. And they've been staples of New Japan. Here's a fresh stable, right? Quote unquote fresh. But it's really not. It's just a subgroup of and you got Evil in there and Yujiro in there. No one's gonna give a shit about that. And the most exciting part of the show, and even then they've kind of changed what show was awesome about, and that just sucks as far as from that perspective. Maybe they can change the way the show's presented as far as in-ring wise with this tour. But that's just, I remember, just Best Super Juniors. They were always a highlight for me. And now, this is definitely the first time where I'm not excited about this tour. Not excited one bit. I mean, it's just not any, fresh matchups. There would be some good matches for sure. But it's just nothing, exciting about it. There's nothing, because I already know, the crowd isn't going to be great. It's still, a COVID crowd. We're still trying to get there. Maybe by Sumo Hall, in the finals there on December 15th. Maybe by then, it will actually be a fun and competitive crowd where, there's clapping, there's chanting, there's everything going on. We're kind of back to normal. But as far as, this tour, not looking forward to it at all. But, there is some great people, though, obviously. Hiromu, for instance. Hiromu is definitely the biggest name as far as name value and whatnot. He's someone that I've said for a long time should not be in the junior division. He should be in the heavyweight division by now. But at the same time, God, if he was not in this junior heavyweight tournament, it'd be very scarce. I have no idea who they would use. They'd probably throw a young lion in there instead. It's not great. But hopefully, eventually, they let him be able to be a heavyweight. Hopefully this will be kind of his last year. But again, that's New Japan for you. They kind of keep their ace of the division way too long, to the point where he just ends up leaving, even going somewhere where he shouldn't go. Like Kushida, who leaves to go to NXT, of all places, instead of anywhere else in the world. Just sucks. But for this tournament, there'll be some good matches for sure. Just nothing exciting to me. Nothing reaching out to me. Nothing that I'm like, man, I can't wait to see this. It's just, when it happens, it'd be like, okay, it was a good match, and we'll move on type of feeling for this. But, really, this is, I think, Despee's tournament to win. If he doesn't, it's not a huge, blow. It'll just be like, maybe the next time around. But it really depends on who they have win. I just feel like a fresh guy to win would be great, especially since you're not having any fresh participants. You might as well have a first-time winner in the tournament to at least have something historic happening for this tournament. As for the Tag League standings and participants, I don't know why I said standings there, participants rather, as the World Tag League teams are as follow. Orochi Tanahashi and Toru Yano making their debut as an entrant. Togi Makabe and Tomoaki Hanma, Great Bash Heel, their sixth entrant. The first in 2 years, though. Fun to see them back. Tenkoji, Roshi Tenzan, and Satoshi Kojima as Tenkoji. Ninth entrant. First in 2 years as well. So, again, love seeing that they're throwing the old guard in this. Then Yuji Nagata and Tiger Mask. Obviously a new entrant. That's just nuts as far as just throwing together two people who probably shouldn't be in this. But, really, as far as who Nagata could have teamed with, I guess really they didn't have any other options. But just an odd pairing, if I do say so myself. And, of course, they throw Hiroki Goto and Yoshihashi together. It pains me. Pains me, but there's the Chaos team. Then Tetsuya Naito and Sonata. Somehow Tetsuya Naito Here I was thinking he tore his ACL and was going to have surgery. Oh no. No, he's just going to tape up his knee, not do surgery, and just have another fucking tournament he's got to go through. Luckily, it's a tag tournament. Hopefully, Sonata just works the whole time while Naito just does maybe 2 to 3 minutes of stuff, to be honest, because I don't know how. Literally tore ACL, and somehow he is right back in here. Not even 2 months of rest. It's just crazy. Crazy there. And then we have Taichi and Zack, obviously, Dangerous Tekkers, which Dangerous Tekkers being, the current tag team champions right now, 3rd consecutive entrant. Have never won a tag league, though, so that could be interesting. And Great Khan and Toa Inari of the United Empire, again, I think a lot of people were hoping for Jeff Cobb and O'Khan, but Cobb is working the States, as then obviously GOD, 6th consecutive entrance, last year's winner, and Evil Yujiro, which is their 2nd entrant, and 2nd consecutive as well. Let's hope to God they don't win. And then Fale and Chase Owens, and then finally rounding up Minoru Suzuki and Taka Michinoku of Suzuki-gun and making their tournament debuts, and the return of Taka Michinoku to New Japan. So, really, as far as we'll talk about Taka first, because I think for a lot of fans, they don't really know why Taka left. They think it's because he cheated on his wife and they fired him for that. That's actually not it at all. That is part of it, I guess. But really, the main issue and the main reason he should not have been employed by anybody and should not be back is that when he, for years, running Kaientai Dojo and even helping book elsewhere with like 2AW and other kind of smaller Japanese indies, he would, in exchange for tickets, ask sexual favors from female Japanese fans. Also, there is a rumor, there's not been any evidence, as far as hard evidence, but rumors are that he also was doing this with Japanese fans that were minors as well, and even had some incidents with a Japanese minor that was a female fan. Not great. Not great at all. And if that is true, which I'm gonna just lean on the side of, yeah, that's probably true, just because the way the pro wrestling world is, it's a sex pest fucking cesspool, it seems like. And it obviously, it sucks. You know, Taka Michinoku, someone that I grew up watching, it's always shitty to see that about someone that you have saw, and but again, as someone who's been a fan of pro wrestling for a long time, well, I learned a long time ago that it is I wouldn't say an institution, but it's it's not something that you should be looked up to as far as participants in it. Very much not a great place as far as people involved for a long time. And it's a damn shame that he's back here. Especially like the way he's come back, because it's very much like people are going to be excited because people don't really know the true story and the full story. Because it basically got, I don't know what happened from, it was kind of reported in Japan, but somehow in the West it got transitioned to, he was not faithful to his wife and that's why they fired him. Which that was part of it, but the big part very much got buried by the not so great, by the lesser two evils, really. And it sucks. Sucks. Because now, with that news and stuff, not like they care, they got Chase Owens on here too in this tag league, and he's a fucking sex pest as well. So it's just terrible. Terrible. As far as this tag league, really, again, Dangerous Tekkers is a team I think should probably win. They've never won before. And whenever it's champions winning, it's always a different type of feel to it, as far as who they could challenge. Definitely could be someone from LIJ. Could be Naito Sonata. Could be someone out of left field. A team from America that could come over. Or maybe not even America, somewhere from other parts of the world. But just, I feel like they could definitely use something like that. Obviously, Naito Sonata would be probably my first pick to be the winners of this tag league. But I just don't think that, like, I don't know. Naito, there's no way that knee's fully healed. There's just no goddamn way. I'm sure Geto asked for a giant favor and just, like, tape that knee up, work just kind of come in every 2 minutes, 3 minutes of action for each match, and you'll be fine. You can do it. Like, I got faith in you. Please. We need some names in this tag league. Because obviously, there is some big, big names that are not going to be involved. Whether it is from being in America, or just kind of their focus is on the heavyweight title picture, i.e. Kazuchika Okada, i.e. Shingo. And it's just not a great tournament block. Again, it's just not been, obviously, New Japan's tag league has not been great for a long time. But at least they have respectively put in some of the teams past, to at least give them something. And I think at least you have, like, Great Bashios and Tenkozy, and you got actual, like, teams now, instead of where in years past they kind of threw together some teams. The Hiroshi Tanahashi Toru Yano team is very fun now. That is very much a thrown together team, but because they're two completely polar opposite characters, and they've had a lot of history together as far as opponents, that is a fun team, so I can't be too mad at that. But the Yuji Nagata Tiger Mask team is very much a, what the fuck is going on? We're just kind of throwing shit at the wall and hoping it sticks. But yeah, it's, there are some teams where it's like, the Naito Sonata Tanahashi Yano match could potentially be the best match of this tournament. Same thing with, like, Taichi Zack and Naito and Sonata. If Naito is in fact ready, then it's probably going to be Taichi Zack, and Toru Yano and Hiroshi Tanahashi is probably, like, the best match from this block. Obviously, again, both tournaments being one block kind of defeats, I think that helped out the Best Super Junior a lot in years past with it being two blocks. Obviously, the tag league is just too ginormous to not be one giant block. But it's a damn shame, really, as far as where New Japan is gone. Obviously, the tag league has never been a great talking point for New Japan fans of the years past here. But really, the Best Super Junior, what they have turned that into is, it's a goddamn shame for a fan of Super Juniors, for like myself, that got into Japanese pro wrestling because of the Super Juniors. It pains me. It's a hole in my heart now because of it. But hopefully it's a good tournament. Hopefully they are. Hopefully nobody gets hurt, because it's been quite the year. These, New Japan keeps on adding more and more shows. I just hope the guys can make it through the tournament, and hopefully they can make it to end out the year. That way they can work the biggest show of the year, and they get a nice payday out of it. But yeah, as far as hopeful winners for the tag league, again, hopefully it would be Naito Sonata, Dangerous Tekkers, or even Tanahashi Yano, just for the randomness of that. And then for the Best Super Juniors, hopefully, Despy, Robbie Eagles, or Show, probably my top three. Just for a new winner would be great. A first-time winner would be great. But thank you all for listening in to this preview of me mucking about New Japan's really decisions and whatnot. I just hope that once COVID is up, that really they kind of stop giving a shit about America. I've been kind of been hammering this point for a long time, that it's going to hinder their main product they should be focusing on, and I think it has. Obviously, COVID has done more damage than that than probably anything, but Jesus, it just, obviously I think 9 times out of 10, they would understand that this is a main focus, and they'd be able to use travel to travel people to America if they need be, while also the tournament's going on. But at the same time, come on, just don't, they just shouldn't, in my opinion. I just think it's a waste of time. That's just me, though. I think I'm probably in the minority in that. But hopefully everything goes well and nobody gets hurt. As, we'll see you guys next time for, I guess, either a review of the Tag League or a preview of Wrestle Kingdom will be the next thing on the ballot for us as far as talking about New Japan. So we'll see you guys there. Take care.